2019 was another record year for the Capital Angel Network, with more than $5 million going to mostly Ottawa companies. We're going to find out what the trends were this year for the local angel organization this week on Techopia Live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Techopia Live. I'm your host, Craig Lord, the editor here at Techopia. We're back in 2020. We're back in our favorite location at Invest Ottawa's accelerator space here in Bayview Yards. We're surrounded by some of their favorite startups working away in the new year. One of the things that a lot of these companies share, however, is that they're also portfolio members of the Capital Angel Network. So we are back going to go over some of the 2019 investment numbers from our local angel network. Joining me for this week's conversation is Nolan Beelans, the executive director of the Capital Angel Network. Next to him, we have Jennifer Francis, the chair of CAN. And next to her, we have Susan Richards from one of our sponsors, Number Crunch, and also the co-chair here at Invest Ottawa. So welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
So Nolan, let's talk about the 2019 numbers. I know we had a big figure for the total amount invested by our angels. Tell us a little bit about what happened this year for Capital Angel Network.
Yeah, so this year we saw our angels invest $5 million into our ecosystem across 19 companies. So it's another fantastic year and our record year for dollars distributed. So we're very excited with that. What we really saw is a lot of the angels really working together to fund companies as the network as it should. And we saw consistent deal flow throughout the year of opportunities coming through from places like Invest Ottawa here, and that our angels really got excited about and actively invested in.
Jennifer, I want to talk a little bit about the network itself and the kind of companies it was invested in terms of female investors and female-led companies. What was the kind of gender activity from Capital?
So this was a really good year for getting more gender diversity into Capital Angel Network. So a third of the new members that we recruited this year were female. Significantly growing our female angel count, and 30% of our investments this year were female-led companies, which was really good. So we're really happy with both. That's been a focus for the last 2 years, is to grow our investment both in female-led companies and in getting more female angels into the group. So we're very happy with that.
Fantastic. I know gender equity has been a focus of Susan Richards here at Invest Ottawa. I understand. I want to understand more about what is the value that we can see here, especially when we have 5 of the 15 new members of the Angel Network being female investors. What is added to the conversation there when we have female investors in the room?
Oh, excellent question. It really enhances the diversity of the types of questions that are asked, the detail-oriented questions. So the more women that are in the room asking questions, it really will enhance and broaden the conversations. It will also attract more women-led businesses to come forward because they feel like they'll have more synergies. There's more likely to be a like-minded individual in the room, which is helpful as well. And as an ecosystem at large, we're going to really activate the fullness of who we are. It doesn't make sense that we would be activating this knowledge-based industry with only half the population. So getting that 30% is really crucial, and statistically across the country in other angel networks, it really is setting us ahead of the, I'll call it competition. It's not competition. It's all cooperation, really.
And one of the other things that's coming forward in 2020 is, I know Number Crunch is actually going to be a sponsor of the Capital Angel Network. What does that add to, the conversations in the room to have your expertise and the company's expertise in SaaS-based businesses at the table?
Well, I'm really excited to be in the room now for this. A lot of what we do is often bridging the conversations between entrepreneurs and lenders, entrepreneurs and investors. And so we speak the language of investors and banks, and we speak the language of entrepreneurs. And we can help both have conversations that are more aligned from a communication standpoint So we can help investors if they have questions about the details behind what's going on in the businesses. We can help shed some insight. And from an entrepreneurial standpoint, we could help them understand where investors are coming from. And this cooperation and collaboration, both within the Angel Network and the community at large, we're just trying to play our role in that too. So really, Ottawa is going to rise up the more that synergistic individuals and organizations come together for the same overall growth intentions and to make money.
Yeah,
of course.
And I just want to add, we see a lot of early stage companies, and so having that financial acumen coming in on the sponsorship side to help work with these companies, because they don't always have financial members on the team. So it really helps with evaluating the companies and also helping them get their finances in order to get investment.
Yeah, I find the angel investment stage to be a really pivotal one, a really interesting one, where you can find that really nugget of potential in a lot of these companies. I mentioned a lot of them that are surrounding us. Wellbe is among your companies. Spiderwort as well. Cool companies here at Invest Ottawa.
Incuverse that I'm looking at the sign right in front of me.
Yeah, Sebastian's peering at us from behind the camera even. There's this cool potential at the angel stage of, okay, this company could be big one day, and let's get the voices in the room that could take them there, the female investors, the financial acumen that we were mentioning there, to hopefully build into the bigger companies like the MindBridges that are among the portfolio. MindBridge landed a big Series B this past year, so definitely big potential there, and that's what we're looking for. Nolan, I want to highlight, because this is a big year coming up for Capital Angel Network. We're entering the 10th year of the company, of the organization here. What are some of the things that we can look back on in the past 10 years as we're nearing, I think, almost 100 companies in the portfolio now?
Yeah, so at our current clip, we'll likely hit our 100th portfolio company this year in 2020, so that'll be a very exciting milestone. But so far, we've seen at least $30 million of capital distributed from our angel members over the decade into companies, and the majority of that, at least well over 80%, being into the Ottawa ecosystem. So that's really been a direct contributor to the growth of our innovation ecosystem over the past decade. And cumulatively, those companies have raised over $250 million, amongst with obviously MindBridge. We saw a number of big Series A and Series B rounds this year from portfolio companies like Blue Wave, Relogix, Bus.com, Daisy Intelligence, and Plum, which is out of Toronto, and Genesis as well, another clean tech company. And we're also seeing a bit more diversity in companies that are driven a little bit more by impact. We saw so 2 of our 19 investments were truly clean tech companies, a number of other biotech or life science companies as well that we're seeing. So people are really trying to look not only just for a good business opportunity and investment opportunity, but where they can make a difference in the world beyond just making some money.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe before we wrap things up a little bit, anyone who's watching this, anyone who's looking to maybe get involved in angel investing, looking to make a bigger impact with a check like this, what is the way to get involved with Capital Angel Network going forward?
So you can reach out directly to me on LinkedIn or email at nolan@capitalangels.ca. You can go to our website. There's a bit more information there. And we're happy to welcome potential members to one of our member meetings to get a feel for the full experience. Again, our next meeting's on the 21st, and we've got 3 very interesting, very diverse companies coming forward, and we're really excited for 2020.
Awesome. This is one of my favorite conversations that we have every year, is looking back on what the Capital Angel Network has been invested in. It's a little microcosm of what's going on in the Ottawa community, what we can be excited about. So check obj.ca. We're going to have the full breakdown of what happened in 2019 for the Capital Angel Network, and then look a little bit ahead. What is coming? Maybe we'll hit that number 100. I'm kind of curious, what would be that company? What would be lucky number 100? Can't wait to find out. So thanks, Noah and Jennifer and Susan, everyone, for joining us for Techopia Live.
Thanks so much.
Before I let everyone go, though, I want to take a quick moment. I want to thank some of our sponsors who, without their contributions, Techopia Live would not be possible. We'll start with TD Bank, who's offering specialized programs for tech firms. There's Perley-Robertson, Hill and McDougall, a leader in business and tech law. There's the University of Ottawa Faculty of Engineering, creating the next generation of technical talent. There's Stratford managers offering services to help you scale up your tech venture. There's KRP Properties offering so much more than just space. And of course, we had Susan here today from Number Crunch offering virtual CFO services for SaaS firms. Now, Techopia Live is not just this fantastic show. We are also available online at obj.ca/Techopia with daily articles covering Ottawa's tech scene. You can follow us on social, on Facebook and Twitter at Techopia OTT. And if you're watching us on YouTube, please leave us a like or a comment and subscribe if you want to see more of our weekly tech interviews. Apart from that, I just want to thank you very much for joining us for today's episode of Techopia Live. We will be back next week, of course, with the very next episode. Hope to see you then. Thanks again.